Wexaukee Amateur Radio Club, May 2nd, 2024, club meeting.
Okay. As Tom says, to start the Saturday Night Live event, hubba. You can start a little well, we're getting right on time. So we've got a lot to cover in a short time. We're going to do a business meeting, then we're going to have Skywarn. So, the meeting is officially called to order. We will go to the reading of the minutes from Brandy.
Minutes of the April 4th meeting called to order. We did intros, the minutes were read and passed, the financials were read and passed, swap and picnic fees have been paid. President's report, it was noted that some people had gone through, and we're very happy that when they call on our repeater, people answer. So kudos to everybody that does that. Keith mentioned that we're thinking of doing an airport day camp at some point in time, and Lowell High has something we can model. Lee and Van were not able to go to the spring fling, so we gave them the certificate. The Mars Cross Band training is coming up on the 11th, and there was some discussion of the testing session. Les was looking for somebody who would talk to him about a plane for the model club, and we did the swap discussion. We had a presentation on confirming QSOs and collecting cars, and the meeting adjourned at 7:35 p.m.
Thank you, Brandy. Any additions or corrections? Motion to approve. That looks like Jeff. Keith seconded. All in favor? Aye. Another narrow victory for the club. Okay, now let's go to Lee. Do some financials here. Where are they?
They got any questions?
There you go. Are you ready for it? You gotta use this one. Real quick.
Yeah. Hello. Alrighty, so we started.
Lee.
Yeah.
Closer.
Closer.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
What?
It's as high as it'll go. Just hold it closer.
Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Now the beginning. Jeez. What's going on here?
Just go ahead.
Okay. Beginning balance is $3,021.50. Income $486 for the month. Expenses $173.22. Ending balance of $3,334.28. And so we got 55 tables so far for the swap, which last year we had 51. So we've got a good swap started. So you've got the detail, and I can bring that up here on the screen if there's anything you'd like to go over. Otherwise, we'll carry on.
Any questions for Lee? Do we have a motion to approve?
I do.
That's Herschel, second. That'll be second. Okay, over here, Pete. All in favor? Aye. All same sign. You keep your job for at least another month. Let's give Lee a hand. More than one hand. Come on. All right. It says President's report. Really don't have much, except I want to reiterate, I've somehow gotten comments from a number of people, outsiders, people passing through, that just really appreciate the fact that our repeater is active.
I've heard that too.
So keep it up, and now Bob is kind of our official chairman of hospitality, but he can't be there 24/7.
I don't like that term. I'm the official greeter.
He's the official chairman of hospitality.
Amen.
Negative.
And, but he can't be there 24/7. I sometimes am in there, but if you're monitoring and you hear somebody that throws their call out, it really means a lot to them, because if you do any traveling, you take the trouble to punch all those repeater frequencies into your transceiver, and you throw your call out, going through Bay City, going through Flint, going through Lansing, not to name anybody, but you don't get a response, and it really is frustrating. So that's really all I've got. We've got club activities. Oh, by the way, open mic. Anybody have anything for the good of the order? Tom, you're gonna have to yell.
Okay, there's a change on one of these club activities. The Up North Saturday Night Live is meeting on the 9/8 now, Saturday. It's the same time, but the 100 is still pretty well down. They don't know when it's gonna be up fully. So we're meeting Up North Saturday Night Live moved from the 100. We already moved, we've done it 2 weeks now, coming up on 3 weeks.
Did everybody get that? Saturday Night Live is on our repeater, Saturday night at 8?
Yep.
Okay.
Until further notice,
Okay.
don't get kicked off.
Did that group from Houghton Lake get their issue taken care of with the tables, King, so they can sit together?
I had them get in touch with Don.
He's over there.
Could I say something?
Absolutely.
I sent a,
I can't hear you.
you all,
He had that coming.
I
He had that
raised 3
going.
boys, and I've got a dad voice for boys. You have to be right on. Okay, this is to let you all know that I am the keeper of the club coax. We have RG 213. We're out of RG8X, but it's on order. It's coming.
It's been shipped.
It's been shipped. So, and then we have some RG58, just a little bit if you wanted a little piece to replace say a mag mount or something like that. So if you need anything, you can call on the repeater, or there'll be I think something in the newsletter, correct? With my email address. I give you my phone number, but it won't work because if you call me, it won't answer. It just goes right to voicemail. I have my phone set that it only answers people in my contacts. So anyway, but just so you know, we do have it, and it is available. Jeff and JAP took the last 150 foot.
Well, that,
RG8X.
person,
We have more coming, and it's all from DX Engineering. It's all good, low loss stuff. So there you go, sir.
Thank you so much, Chairman.
All right, Mr. President.
I just thought of one other thing to mention.
Does that require a salute?
Absolutely, or a bow is better, actually. One other thing I thought of regarding Bill Kelso, N8NJA, Silent Key, his estate, which we're gonna have a few things over at this swap. I was over there and looking at his towers. He's got about 5 of them. In my opinion, there's only one that really would be worth looking at. It's 30 feet of Rome 25. It's in good shape. So if anybody's interested, see me.
is it on the ground or is it still up?
It's up, but it's going to be very easy to bring down. And I don't mean just pull the plug and let it rip, but he mounted it in a way that it goes down. He's got a sort of a cantilevered, I don't know what they call it, but counterweight. I helped put it up. It's pretty easy to put up and down. The others, we're going to have a demolition derby. Les is going to bring his Sawzall and some dynamite, and we'll get the other towers down. Steve?
Is the Roan flat top? Do you know?
Is it what?
Flat at the top.
Flat at the...
I can't say for sure.
Okay, I'll touch base with you later.
Okay. So anything else about our regular activities? They're pretty much there. I want to take a little bit of time now. We got the swap coming up in 2 days, and in my opinion, we're in great shape. But I worry about stuff like this until they actually do it. So, Lee, you're all set with the signs?
Well, except I need the sign.
They're in my truck.
Okay.
You want to get it tonight or you want to get it tomorrow?
I didn't bring my truck.
Yeah.
Let's give Brandy a big hand. Yeah, well, it's a little, actually ours are smaller. Brandy's got this one and another one to direct the public to the front door. So if you're a vendor, you'll know where to go.
I'll take them.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put plastic over these.
Yeah, she's
and
got
I'll
to
bring
finish
them-
these up,
bring
but
them
she'll
at
bring them
5.
tomorrow. And speaking of Brandy, we got a new feature this year. I'd like every year for us to do something a little better, bigger. And we're going to have a map of Michigan and a bunch of little
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Because we have people coming from all over the state.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be just a nice visual thing to welcome people with. I need 2 wagons or hand carts for kids that are helping to haul in equipment. I think you've got one?
Yes, sir.
That's it, we're done. Inside signage, I've got all of those, tell people how to go to the bathroom, well, not how to, but where to go to the bathroom. And the VE room and others. Bob, you're all set for talk-in?
Yeah, the radio's all set, tested, ready to go.
Good.
I'll take it tomorrow when we set up and leave it.
Okay. I talked with Michelle at Manton High School. They're all set. I wish I would have thought of this earlier, but let me see what you think. I think it'd be kind of cool. Probably can't do it this year. Wouldn't it be great to have some of their band members come and we start the thing off with the national anthem?
Oh, that'd be
Wouldn't that be cool?
Absolutely.
I left a message for her to see if she can get kids together in the next 24 hours, but I think we'll wait till next year. Entrance supplies. I've got the tickets, wristbands, cash box, no cash, and we've already talked. She's going to pick it up tomorrow at the setup. Club table. This is kind of an iffy thing. I keep hearing we're going to have a club table, which is fine, and it's for equipment that people donate, and the proceeds go to the club. I don't have anybody manning that table, although I might have a volunteer, because Bob, a member from Buchanan, Michigan, way southwest, at LHP, is bringing a boatload of brand new Heathkit components, all packaged, and he's donating it all to the club, so whatever we get for them goes into the club.
That's cool.
If you have something that you're not particularly interested in getting real money for and want to drop it off there, the money will go to the club. Don't anybody feel you got to change your plans. But if you got something laying around, you just want to get rid of it, bring it and drop it there. And I'm going to ask LHP Bob to maybe watch that table. Maybe some volunteers can spell them. Make sense?
Yes, sir.
All right. Don. Where are you, Don? I saw you coming in. There you are. Hi, Don.
I wasn't quick enough, huh?
We started early. You're all set at the back door to check in.
Yeah.
Do you need an assistant? I think last year you had music Bill.
Yeah, an extra body wouldn't hurt. It's right at first, pretty busy. They kind of bunch up at the door.
Do you have change in case they come and want to rent a table?
We take care of that in the morning.
Okay. All right, we're all set then. There's no PA in the classrooms as we thought we could have because the PA is in the office and the office is locked. The PA that we use for the gym is a separate PA. So I think the next best thing would be to have a volunteer who's going to be kind of write down the drawing numbers, run over to the UP net when it winds down, which would be around 10 o'clock, and just go in there and say, here are the winners, because they're the ones that complain the most about missing out on whether they got a prize or not. Gordy doesn't want anybody interrupting the testing session.
I wouldn't either.
But at the end of the session, that same person could go in and say, here are the winners. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a volunteer? I'm just gonna wait here all damn night until we get a volunteer.
I just volunteer somebody Saturday.
Okay, Gordy's gonna volunteer somebody Saturday to do it. You haven't learned, Gordy.
Well, listen, I have a thought for you. How about Music Bill? He's not here. We can, you know, he can help Don, and then he can be the runner for you.
Okay, I'll talk to Music
I'm
Bill.
sure he'd be agreeable to it.
Yeah, no, he said he wants to help out. Also, there's a gentleman that comes from Dearborn. He's a club member, Keith Maven.
Half and half.
I don't see him here tonight. But he wants to help out, so there's another one we can assign. All right. Cadillac High School, the National Honor students are all set. They'll be there at 6:30. And I, for one, I've got probably a ton of boat anchors in my truck out there. 2 of them nearly killed me. Dr. Tim, where are you?
He had to leave.
Oh, because I was going to schedule my hernia surgery, but anyway. They're all set. Gordy, are you all set for volunteers?
Yes, if everybody comes and said they're gonna come, we're in good shape. I'd rather have too many than too few, of course.
Okay, great. We're gonna have the nicely constructed box that Jimmy made for us, and it's loaded with vests. If you're gonna be there, come get a vest and be kind of a welcoming committee of one. If somebody looks confused, they know to go to the people in the vest. So wear a vest.
Who's gonna run the PA?
Tom. Tickets tonight. Did we do this last year?
No, and it's really not generally a problem. Most of
Okay.
the people that are there early can come and find me, and I don't end up with a huge rush.
Okay. All right, because I've got tickets out there, or maybe even tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll get it figured out, but it's not that's not generally an issue.
Okay.
I see you say another person to pin the state map. I think I'll probably end up with extras, people around it as well, that I don't
Yeah,
need to find somebody specifically.
Where's Jim?
It's gonna say he's.
And an X. You usually hang out at the front and help out.
Yes.
So, yeah, he could put the pins in. He's a geography ace. Somebody's gonna say, yeah, I'm
Anyone that can get around
Cassopolis,
Rose Lake
where you gonna
Forest
put
is
that?
just
don't stick it.
I know where
The
Cassopolis
question I had with my email the other day, do we have a
Anyone
Wi-Fi?
that can find their way
I
around
meet
Rose
with
Lake
the
Forest is
principal
geography
tomorrow morning at
knowledge.
9 o'clock. I've got a list of questions right here, and one of them is internet.
Okay.
Why don't you share what might happen?
On Saturday morning, the Midland School Group is doing their high altitude balloon launch with a packet and that, which means that my dad, KC8ITI, will have all of the information to get that up on a screen so we can real time trace their balloon.
Oh, that would be cool.
And if there's the club table or someplace, he has his laptop and screen and can have that set up, so.
All right, we'll kind of square that up with Matt tomorrow, and if it's a go, then we'll set that up at the club table and make an announcement. Come watch the balloon launch.
There was also, the other piece of it was his,
Roy, there's a spot
Midland
over here
Club
with
has
paper.
one of the squares for credit card things, and there's a public Wi-Fi, and I assume other vendors, other people may have those.
Yeah.
That would be the other reason to need it.
We'll find that out. Can anybody think of anything that we've overlooked? I really think we're in good shape. I think it's going to be a great swap. The table sales are ahead of schedule, and so I hope you all can be there. Last time, personally.
What time are you meeting tomorrow?
5 o'clock, good question, because we usually meet at 4, and we sit around for an hour because the track team is using the gym. So 5 o'clock, and if you come, and if I can, find enough money in my wallet, I'm bringing pizza because I'm asking you to work over your dinner time. So you get at least a slice or a half slice anyway. So,
Preferably without a bite.
yeah. All right. We've got one other order of business here.
There's also a swap frequency, Lynn.
Pardon me?
There's also a swap frequency for your handheld, in case you want to,
Bob, swap frequency.
146,550.
Tim knows what it is.
Yeah, 146,550.
146,
So that's if you have an HT in the building and you want to talk to someone. It might be, Jim, do you have an HT?
Yeah.
Might be a good idea for you to have that in case Brandy needs anybody at the front.
And no tone.
Okay, just a second. Do you have a handheld, Brandy?
Saturday has all that too. I think they
Yeah,
can.
146, yeah.
Here's my last order of business.
I'm going to put it
I
in.
think I saw him walk in. Are you here?
Right.
There you are. Stand up and everybody welcome Roy. Some of you have already met. Roy and his lovely wife Vicky lived in this 17-foot RV for 2 years. And they landed here and she says, "That's it, I want a kitchen." So we're stuck with him. Just have to deal with it. All right. Keith, did you want to say something about updating on satellite?
Yeah. Got some time. So I think most of you know, Gordy's trying to get rid of his satellite equipment. He's got Nikon with a couple of antennas and the rotor and the whole ball of wax to make contacts through satellites, which just happens to also work with the ISS. So when we found out about that, we thought, well, maybe this would be a good thing to try to develop a program with youth in the area. So I actually had a meeting today with the regional director of My STEM Network for the West Central region. And he doesn't see a problem. He's got a budget meeting on May 14th. He believes he'll be able to get the budget to pay for Gordy's equipment. There'll be some excess expenses for coax and so forth, but we'll try to see how we can pick up those. And then the only problem is the funds won't be available till July 1st. But that would be the only issue.
I'll find something to spend it on July 1st.
Okay. So the long-term plan is that we would have this available in the pavilion at the airport to set up education type programs with the kids. I sent a note to Jennifer Brown and to Tim Rigling from CTC to try to see what interests they would have. And Jennifer Brown said, well, it looks like CTC would be the good starting place for this. So I then got a name of John Partridge. I don't know if anybody...
He was in the technician class we taught at the Career Tech Center. He was the electronics instructor and he got his tech ticket.
He was my instructor when I went to the CTC.
Okay. So we're going to set up a discussion with him to talk about what type of program we could establish and try to get something that's ongoing. There's a great video that Lynn sent out that has a school that did something similar to this, and the kids took over the whole program. They set up the radios, they all got their tech licenses and so forth, and it actually took them 2 years before they got to the point where they were ready to establish contact with the ISS. So that's the type of thing we really want to try to do.
That's cool. I would like to encourage the STEM programs and the elementary programs and middle school programs. I mean, these kids are all in, there's like 10 or 15 in every school in robotic challenge and one thing or another, and they're a right group to get involved with something like this. So let's not discount those STEM programs in the schools.
Yes. In fact, I just went on a career day last week for third graders, and very engaged. They had great questions. Now we talked aviation, and so I said that the cabin crew helps people, get food and so forth because you're all in your seat belts. And the one kid said, "Well, can't you go to the bathroom?" And I said, "Well, no, they let you go to the bathroom." "Well, where's the poop go?"
That's third grade.
And he goes, "Oh, I'm so glad because every time an airplane goes by, I don't want poop fall."
Thanks, Keith, and thanks for what you're doing. That video, the coolest part was they had an assembly, kids got on the mic, they called the space station, it was quiet, then all of a sudden the call came back, and they had the whole student body in the gym, and they erupted in cheers. Yeah. These weren't your athletes, these were, techies, and they got really great recognition. Tim, come up real quick and just tell a little bit about how you got so many more cars.
Oh my God.
Again?
No,
I think just this week you went from like something to something.
Oh, yeah.
And they're up here in case you want to see them. It's kind of from last meeting, but
479.
well, then I guess you already said that.
211 of them are from Pennsylvania, though.
Yeah, and we're going to break here in about 2 minutes. So come up and take a look at them.
Now this book, when I started last meeting,
Get over here. Come on.
last meeting, we had this many, and in 1 month, I got up to here. That's 1 month.
And that's EQSL.
EQSL.
And anybody can do it. And they can just look you up if they want to figure out how to do it.
Yep.
Thanks, Tim. Our guest speaker is going to be here shortly. This would be a good time to buy some more tickets, have some coffee. We got a big group. It would take too long to do introductions, so be forthcoming and introduce yourself to someone you don't know. All right? All right.
End of meeting. Next is severe weather spotter training by National Weather Service.